Greetings from planet Mental Mambo, roaming the streets with a favorite human and a favorite canine. Beautifully overcast spring morning. May this predict a cool, rainy summer. So on your journey to becoming a creative conflict connoisseur in the workplace, as a leader, a manager, and owner, you may experience moments, many moments oftentimes, of clashes of culture. Groups representing very clearly distinguishable cultures, subculture or other aspects of culture, but banding together. And you need to manage this as the leader, the manager, the owner. So once upon a time I was contracted to enter a war zone between farmers and suits. JSE listed corporate executives in an operational and strategic relationship with farmers countrywide. And their business model, the whole business model, was formulated on the premise that they sourced the best agricultural produce, various forms of agricultural produce countrywide from, graded and quality approved farming sources, and then they obviously then took that to the right market at the right time to make the right profit. So every year they entered price negotiations for the per kilogram, per ton, etc. pricing in the costing for the executives, and of course then the sales price that the contracted farmers would enjoy for their hard-earned produce, facing nature, working the land, etc. etc. So it was a war zone when they invited me in. The previous years they'd ended, literally at the steps of the High Court, incredibly detrimental to their long-term relationship growth, and the trust was in the negative terrain. So in this instance, of course, the outcome was not that, a toxic party or, that we could excommunicate anybody or that anybody could be fired, because the JSE listed business model required very sensitive moves, step by step, and anything that would get published would tank the share price overnight, in fact immediately. So what ended up working well, and I managed to keep them very far away from any legal threats and legal proceedings, was to just have them map out the conflict cycle that had arisen over so many years, and to literally go into the standard conversations that they entered into previously that led them to the deadlock, and then just to say, how can we transcend, how can we approach this obstacle differently? I got this image of like a hyena circling its den over and over and over again, caught in an inner city zoo, a very sad sight. And that was the sad sight of these groups of very good people, the suits and the two-tone khaki-clad farmers. But to just get them to see how they actually started enjoying this annual fight, the annual bout, however, with less and less trust, less and less oxygen in their relationship. So this is something for you to think about, where you have clear clash of cultures in your organization. How can you work with the groups and say, we're going to have both groups flourish, both groups experiencing growth, abundance, individually and collectively. #be the conflict creative dance you wish to see in the world today.